Hi guys, so I thought I would hop on and film my full face routine today. I just got back from laying out on my patio, so just showered. I washed my face in the shower and I actually used the Countermatch foaming cleanser for that. It's super nice. I can show you a little bit on my hand here. It comes out like a cream, and then as you apply it, it'll foam up. Since I already washed my face, I won't do that again, but super nice, doesn't dry you out, which is great. I have kind of combination skin, so anything that is too drying, I feel like I immediately get out of the shower and my face feels tight. So what I love about the Countermatch one is that it does not do that, which is great. So the next step that I have is actually to go in with my Countermatch Hydra-Gel Radiance Toner. I typically like to switch between the Countertime line, which is our anti-aging line, and then the Countermatch line, which is kind of our good, like, jack of all trades line. Works really well for combo skin, and just people that want kind of just nice products to be using and they're not necessarily dealing with specific skin issues necessarily. So I really like Countermatch because it kind of does it all. So what I like to do is I use these little reusable cotton rounds that I got off Amazon, just because I feel like I do my skin enough that I don't want to be trashing a bunch. And these are great too because they don't absorb your product. So you can see it's just sitting on top there. And this toner is a gel toner. So what's nice is it kind of goes on more jelly-like and lets you kind of spread it a little bit more than the more like watery toners where they just kind of slide right off your face. So I like to go in and just make sure I'm massaging it into my face. I especially like to pay attention to the areas on my face that I know are oilier. So for me, that's my chin, my nose, kind of my T-zone. Okay, so I'm good with that. And then the next step is going to be my treat step. So typically a treat step is something like a serum, an acne treatment, something like that. Today I'm actually going to be using two, so I'll show you both. This is the Countermatch Intense Moisture Serum. I love this one. It really makes your face feel super moisturized. And with our products, there's no fillers or anything, so you're not going to need a lot. This is one pump, and that's plenty to cover my whole face. So I'll kind of just massage it in. And I like to massage in an upward motion on my neck as well. I always like to say don't help gravity by pulling anything down. Always, as you're like applying pressure, try to be applying pressure in an upward motion, and that will kind of help you out in the long run. So we've got my Countermatch serum on. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in with another one of our serums. This is one that I've been working into my routine a few times a week, so maybe like every 2 or 3 days. It's our vitamin C serum, and what I love about the vitamin C serum is it has all these wonderful ingredients that help kind of protect your skin from environmental stressors. It helps kind of brighten your skin a little bit. I have a lot of this kind of like natural redness undertone in my skin, so this is really nice because it kind of helps to combat that. As I've been using it, I've just noticed my skin isn't quite as red after the shower and things like that. So this, again, one pump, it has this lovely yellow color from the turmeric in there, which is also a powerhouse skincare ingredient. So I'm gonna just rub this in. And if you are looking into getting a vitamin C serum, what I have heard recommended is actually to do that after your other treat step. So layer it on top, whatever treatment step you usually use, and then use the vitamin C. So got that on there, and it smells so good, guys. We don't use any fragrance in our any of the Beautycounter stuff, but what's nice is you get these natural scents kind of from the ingredients that are already put in there with all the other functions that they have. So with the vitamin C serum, you can imagine you get kind of more of a citrusy smell. It definitely makes you feel like awake in the morning, which is really fun. So my last step for skincare today, at least, is going to be my Countermatch Adaptive Moisture Lotion. I love this. This is another one where the Countermatch line kind of comes in clutch for anybody that like wants kind of a middle of the road situation, right? So like I said, I kind of have combination skin. So what I love about this lotion is that it's really light, but it's also super hydrating. So for me, especially in the summer, you know, I don't want to be like using a really heavy cream on my face, especially during the day if I'm going to be out and about. This comes in clutch. It makes sure that your skin is nice and moisturized, but you're not going to have that feeling where it's like super heavy. And it just massages in so well. I love the way this one smells too. I feel like skincare is one of those things that's a very tactile sort of experience when you use it, right? You are putting it on your face, you're touching it, you're smelling it, you're feeling the textures. This moisturizer is so smooth, and it smells almost like, it's a very neutral smell. It doesn't have a floral smell or a citrusy smell or anything like that, but it's a very like clean, I would almost say like if you're a person that likes the, you know, clean laundry sort of candles, or if you're like somebody that likes the cotton scent for things, this is a great one because it's a very neutral, clean smell, which I really love. So, you know, wipe off the extra there. And now I'm gonna go into my makeup. So makeup is always a fun one for me. I wasn't a super big makeup person for a long time because I just never found anything that I felt like felt good on my skin. It always felt either like too much, my skin couldn't breathe, I didn't look like myself, or I didn't know how to apply it correctly, and then it was like user error craziness. Thank you, blue eyeshadow from, you know, my early 2000s high school years. So what I really love about all of our makeup is it's very easy to use, and it has a lot of skincare ingredients, which is great. So the main one that I'm actually going to be using today is our Skin Twin foundation. I really love this one because it's chock full of hyaluronic acid, which, if you're not familiar, hyaluronic acid is an ingredient mostly found in moisturizers and serums, which it is found in the serum that I use today and in the moisturizer that I use today. So those are great. But what's great about this is it's also in the foundation. So this foundation actually helps your skin stay moisturized while you wear it, which was something that I always struggled with. You know, when you are using a foundation and you feel like your skin is like dry underneath and it doesn't feel good. So that's what I love about this one. It also has like a light to medium coverage, which is great. You can kind of build it if you're needing a little bit more coverage. I was having a pretty bad breakout a few days ago, so that was really great to be able to get a little bit more coverage for those days. But for days where it's just, you know, me doing my makeup, I really love this one because I can get a nice even coverage and kind of even out the redness, but also feel like my skin is still looking like skin. So what I like to do with this, and this is shade Light 210, I also occasionally will use shade Fair 110 more in the winter or when I'm getting less sun. Since it's summertime and we're hiking and stuff now, I went up a shade. So our Light 210, what I like to do is I actually pump it onto the back of my hand, and I just use one pump again. That'll cover my whole face, which is amazing. And I'll take a flat foundation brush. So this guy, you can see, he's kind of round, flat, really dense bristles, and it will help spread it really smoothly. If you want a little bit more coverage, it's a great idea to use your fingers. You actually get more coverage when you use your hands to spread makeup, which I did not know and learned about, which was super cool. So what I like to do is I'll kind of pat it into the foundation here, pick up a little bit, and then another hack that I've learned is when you're doing foundation, start in the middle of your face. So think about where the sun hits you the most. So for me, nose for sure, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation to my nose first, because I know that's where I tend to pick up the most pigment from the sun, right? So already kind of evening out. I'm gonna go in my chin. And again, you can kind of already start to see, this is blending so well, which I love. It's like got such a velvety finish, which is amazing to just feel. Again, it's one of those things, very tactile. So you can see it's kind of already starting to blur out that like kind of pinky undertone you can still see in my cheeks and my forehead, and still very much matches to my skin tone. Again, what I love about Skin Twin, the foundation that I'm using, is that because it's a light to medium coverage, you're not going to get those harsh lines that are hard to blend out. And it'll kind of adjust to your skin tone a little bit too, which is great. So again, going in here, most pigmented parts of my face, places that get the most sun, get their attention first. And this has like a nice, not matte finish necessarily, but I would describe it as kind of like a velvety finish. So it's not gonna be that super like greasy sort of feel, but it's still gonna look like dewy and really nice, which I love. Okay, So here it's really easy to tell. So this is my cheek with the foundation. You can see nice velvety finish, nice even skin tone. And then as I turn, this is my cheek without the foundation. And you can see there's a little bit of kind of hyperpigmentation, some redness going on. So we're just gonna go ahead and nix that with this. And I honestly don't use concealer a lot under my eyes. I know some people do. I have really dark bags under my eyes, and I've been using one of our eye creams that actually helps a lot with that. But I don't really find that I want to use it as much. The Skin Twin does like a nice job covering the crazy. And then I still, like I said, I like my skin to look like skin, so it still looks very natural. So now that I have my foundation done, I'm gonna move on, and my next step is actually gonna be my blush. So going in here, I am using our Nectar powder blush. You can see it's kind of this like nice peachy color with just a little bit of sheen to it. And I really love this one. I used to use the NARS Orgasm blush, and I feel like this is a good clean swap option for that one, if you're a fan of that one. I just go ahead and go in here, kind of along my cheekbones, a little bit under. And our blushes are super pigmented too, so that is something I will say is kind of start off easy, and you can always add more, right? But you can't take it off, especially if you're using foundation beforehand, it'll stick to it, which is great for longevity of wear. But if it's the first time using our blush, I would say go a little bit less on the brush than you think you need, and then add if you need to. Okay, so I've got my blush down. My next thing, this one is actually one of my absolute favorite products, and it sounds silly to say that because there's so many products that I love, but this one is one that I feel like is really up to my makeup game. So what it is it's our Illuminating Cream Highlighter, and when you look at it, it looks like a glue stick, right, guys? This is like the funniest thing ever, because I was like, I would have never been a highlight contour person. I feel like that's way out of my league. I'm not good with that stuff. This is great because it's super easy to use and it packs a really good punch as far as like payoff. So the shade that I'm using is actually called Pearl Glow, and it's our kind of like creamy pearly color. We also have a Rose Glow, which is more of like a blush color, which is really pretty. And then there's a Bronze Glow too. So that one's really great for contouring. That one I've also seen people use as like a multi-stick. So they'll use it as like their eyeshadow, they'll do a little bit of color on their cheeks, and they even use it as a lip color, which is amazing. I love anything that I can use multiple ways. I have on my list to try this as an eye color soon, so I'll keep you guys posted. For with this though, when you're using it, easiest way to use it is literally just to draw on the highest parts of your face. So for me, down the center of my nose, I always try to get, and then right along my cheekbones here. Also, I can get a little bit here, my brow bones. Okay, so you saw me, I just kind of like swiped it on again like a glue stick. So what I like to do to blend it out is I actually use a blending and bronzing brush. This one is Sparse Bristles, which is great, and it helps just kind of blend everything together. Another hack I would say is if you go a little heavy on the blush, highlighter is great because it'll kind of blend the line at the top. So personal beauty hack that I have to use sometimes if I go a little bit heavy. It helps kind of even out the color a little bit. Okay, so there we go. We have my highlight. And again, that is the cream highlighter in Pearl Glow, which I love. So next what I'm going to do is go ahead and go in with my eyeshadow. So today I'm gonna do something that's pretty low key. I don't want anything crazy. I'm gonna be using our Romantic palette, which if you look at those colors, so great. I love that there's so many options for if you want something a little bit more dramatic, you might use like the Moto or this one here at the bottom. For me, I really gravitate towards like the Brulee. That's a really great matte color. Or, you know, these ones here, Truffle and Dusk, are really great. I also love Candlelight as a nice highlight. So what I'm gonna do today is I'll go in with the Brulee as an overall kind of base color. So that is, again, this kind of like matte, sort of taupe color, which is great. And I go in with a really fluffy eyeshadow brush. because again, I don't want to be dealing with any crazy sort of makeup application things. I'm not a makeup artist. I have a ton of admiration for women that are, people that are, but I am not. So I like something that can give me a nice wash of color, which this fluffy brush really does. And again, you're not seeing any harsh lines with the fluffy brush, which is why I love it. So easy, so easy. The brush that I'm using is an Eco Tools brush, and it's called the Large Shadow Brush. So if you're trying to find one, definitely recommend this. And then my second step for eyeshadow, and I only do 2 steps because again, I'm trying to keep it super easy, super simple. My second step is going in with this angled eyeshadow brush, and this one's pretty fluffy too. Again, the fluffier the brush, the less you're gonna have to worry about harsh lines, the easier it is to apply. And this one is called the Angled Crease Brush, again with Eco Tools. And I'm gonna go in here, and I'm gonna pick a color that's a little bit different from the Brulee, so it gives a little bit more dimension. And I think I'm gonna go in with this dusk color, which is really pretty, got a little bit of shimmer in it too, which is great. So I picked it up here on my brush. I'm gonna flip my brush down like this, right? So the point is down, and I'm gonna go into the crease and let the brush do the work. So here, you can see I'm letting that longer part of the point get into that crease. Okay, so you can see this has like the darker, and this is just that lighter wash of color. So again, I'm gonna go in and let that fluffy brush do the work. And that just gives your eyes, you can see, it gives your eyes a little bit more dimension here, which is super nice. So then what I go in with, last step, and this is totally optional, but I just like it for me, I'll go in with this Candlelight, which is a little bit lighter, a little bit shimmerier than the base color. And I'll actually brush this right along the top to kind of blend a little bit. And I'll go from like inner corner to brow bone. And you can see that kind of just blends and helps it all kind of work together, which is great. Again, making sure fluffy brush, less harsh lines. So there we go. So I've got that. And that again was using the Romantic palette. It's got all the colors on the back, which is great, but comes with a lot of really great, nice, soft colors that work on a variety of skin tones. So next what I'm gonna do is my eyeliner. I apologize, I'm really bad at doing eyeliner or eye makeup of any sort in a phone, so I'll do my best here, but I might make some weird faces. This eyeliner is actually our eyeliner in navy. I used to use black eyeliner and do like really dramatic wings, and I still love that look for sometimes, but for more of like an everyday sort of makeup look, I really love something that's a little bit more subtle, and this navy is really beautiful. It's not like a blue. It's a really subtle navy that's just absolutely gorgeous on, I feel like, everybody that I've seen it on. So that's what I'm gonna go in with next. So I just go right along my lash line here. And what I love about these eyeliners too is they're so creamy and soft. So you're not getting that snagging, pulling that you get with some pencils. Okay, so you can see just a little bit eyeliner, no eyeliner. So I'm gonna go in and do this side too. There's always a side that is harder. Every time. For me, it tends to be the right side. Goodness knows why. Okay, so I've got my eyeliner. Feeling good, great. So next what I'm gonna do is my mascara. So one tip that I love, once I realized this, I like couldn't go back. So what I like to do, I have our 2 mascaras here. I have Lengthening, which comes in the skinny tube, and Volumizing, which comes in the fat tube. I love both of these for very different reasons. The Lengthening is a very natural look. So if you're going for something that's like no makeup look, very chill, or you want something more subtle, Lengthening's the way to go. If you want something a little bit more dramatic, I would go with the Volumizing. Again though, it is very choose your own adventure. So what I love about the Beautycounter mascaras is that this is not gonna go on super thick and clumpy. A lot of volumizing mascaras I find do, and I'm not about that. But I love this one because I feel like it's perfect and you can kind of layer if you want more, but you start out in a good spot with both of these. So what I'm actually gonna do, my trick is I actually warm these up in my waistband as I'm doing the rest of my makeup. The reason why is because our mascaras don't have all the synthetic stuff in them that makes more drugstore mascaras like go on super slick and just like super easy. So the tip is with any natural mascara or cleaner mascara, warm it up first. A lot of them are wax based, so you want to warm up that wax and then it'll go on so much smoother. So again, I apologize, I am really bad at doing eye stuff into a phone. And you can see it's got this nice like hourglass shaped brush, which is really nice because it kind of helps curl your lashes as it applies. Okay. So I'm applying the volumizing to my top lashes first. And I know some people that like to layer, so they'll do the lengthening first and then they'll do the volumizing on top. Totally an option. I have pretty long top eyelashes, so I haven't found the need to do that, but totally an option if you want a little bit more length and a little bit more volume. But I feel like the volumizing kind of does it all for me, so. So that's that. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my lengthening on the bottom lashes. So why I love to do it this way is because you see our lengthening brush, it's super slim and skinny. So it gets your bottom lashes perfectly without getting all that mascara on you. Because I know there's nothing worse than when you do your makeup and then all of a sudden your mascara ruins it at the end because you're getting it all over your face, right? I have done that far too many times and I refuse to do it anymore. So this lengthening brush is great because I can get all those little baby hairs and not worry about getting mascara all over the rest of my makeup. Okay, so mascara done, great. And I already feel like I'm looking like more put together, which is amazing. So then the last thing I'm actually gonna go in with, well, two last things. I love our lip conditioner. I use the lip conditioner in Peppermint. I used to use the Vaseline little tub and have since learned that I don't like some of the ingredients in Vaseline. So I was looking for a cleaner switch, and our lip conditioner is so hydrating. It smells like peppermint, which I love. Who doesn't like having peppermint scented anything, right? And does a great job of conditioning and working as a balm. I also love to wear it to bed at night, wake up with really nice soft lips, which is great. But I will put this on before I do lipstick or anything like that, just to kind of lock in all that moisture. But what I'm actually going to use today as my last step is the lip gloss in Bare Shimmer. What I love about the lip glosses from Beautycounter is they're not super sticky. I hate when my hair gets stuck in lip gloss. I have curly hair naturally, which you can't see right now, but it gets stuck in everything. It gets stuck in my clothes, it gets stuck in my seatbelt when I'm driving, it gets stuck in everything, so I don't want it stuck in my lip gloss. This is super nice too because it comes with this kind of triangular brush, and just makes it so easy to apply. And I kind of liken these to almost like a lip serum in feel. Like they're really moisturizing and like silky. Like I said, not sticky at all, which is amazing. And I love this color, this Bare Shimmer, because it's a really nice neutral, but it has just a little bit of shimmer in it. So you're not feeling like super poppy lip, if that's not your thing. So that is my full skincare and makeup. I have basically gone through the entire Countermatch line, which is great. Love that. Again, great for most skin types, good for combination skin, good if you're not like trying to fight any other like underlying skin issues, right? So super great for just about dang near everybody. And then I added in the vitamin C serum to kind of help brighten and help with any sort of pigmentation I'm getting from the sun, which is wonderful. I've gone through my whole makeup routine, which is based in the Skin Twin. And I've basically done here our Flawless in 5, which actually includes a foundation. It includes a blush. It includes our mascara. It includes a lip gloss, it includes concealer, which I didn't use today, and it includes a brow product, which normally we have either brow pencil or brow gel. I don't typically use them because I wear pretty thick rimmed glasses, so my brows are actually covered by my glasses. But those are super, super great. If you don't, honestly, I feel like your brows just frame your face, so always good to have like a nice brow product. But that's kind of what's included in our Flawless in 5, which I always recommend for people. If you're looking to swap to clean your makeup, the Flawless in 5 is kind of like a great one-stop shop because you get all the things you need and it's all bundled together and you get it at a discount when you bundle it. So definitely a win. And then I added on our Romantic eyeshadow palette again, which has got all these really, really beautiful colors. Another option too for makeup, if you are looking to swap to cleaner, is to do one of the Get the Look sets on Beautycounter's website, which is really great. What happens in those is it's just gonna be the extra makeup. So if you're not a person that wears foundation, if you're not a person that does their makeup every day and you kind of just want more special occasion things, the Get the Looks bundles are really great because they include an eyeshadow palette, they include a eyeliner, either the stick eyeliner or the liquid eyeliner, which is also great, and they include a blusher, bronzer, and a lip product, so a lipstick or lip gloss typically, which is great. So you get kind of like the extra things that you'd add on, so even if you're not a foundation person, if you're not a concealer person, you get kind of that bundle and at a discount again. So super, super great with those. But if you have any questions about shades I used, if you have any questions on recommendations for your skin tone, shoot me a comment, shoot me a message, and I will get back to you.